Greetings to all of our diocesan and Chanco community. My name is Tally Banaszak, and I am the director of the Campaign for Chanco. Thank you so much for joining us for this campaign report. Despite a most certainly challenging year for both Chanco's operations as well as our campaign, I am here to share with you the good news of our progress, even in the most difficult of circumstances. Most of you are now familiar with the projects of the Campaign for Chanco, initiated in 2017 to address pressing physical plant needs. The Campaign for Chanco, the first of its magnitude in all of Chanco's 53-year history, included projects to expand, renovate, and improve Chanco's facilities. This campaign also provides $250,000 of seed funding for a property maintenance endowment fund to protect our investments. In October 2018, we started, and in June of 2019, we completed our first two projects, Hollerith Dining Hall and the Multipurpose Spirit Center. For the first time since 1988, our 2019 summer campers enjoyed every meal together in one space. Lunch chants, announcements, devotions, and skits all occurred during mealtimes without cramming two rooms of campers into one small, too tight space. This was an extraordinary improvement to our summer camp programming and fellowship. Our campers also enjoyed chaplain time in our Spirit Center, a centrally located camp store with access from the porch, session closing ceremonies in the Spirit Center, and more. But camp is not the only program to benefit from our new spaces. Happening, EYC events, Curcio, parish clergy and vestry retreats, women's retreats, and more enjoyed our Spirit Center, porches, and dining hall. Perhaps most notable is having a hospitality lounge with comfortable furnishings and a stone fireplace for gathering, a space Chanco has never had before. With hope and excitement, we look forward to all of these spaces being alive with activity again in the year ahead. Over the last several years, we have continued to make steady progress in our fundraising goals. Then 2020 hit, and along with the rest of the world, our business was impacted. We needed to focus on our operating budget, on decisions about summer camp and retreats, virtual programming, and small in-person events when deemed safe. Our campaign took a back burner to these immediate demands. However, progress was not halted. Many of you added a year to your pledge or accelerated payments on pledges to help defray finance costs. Thank you. During this past year, the Campaign Executive Committee has also pursued foundations for support, and new organizations such as the Mary Morton Parsons Foundation joined our endeavor and helped motivate our community with their $50,000 matching challenge grant. We are incredibly pleased and proud to announce that as of February 1st, 2021, we have achieved 80% of our inspirational $4.4 million goal. All glory be to God. By December of 2020, more than $3.2 million had been raised by a staff of 12 volunteers, and with 427 individuals, parishes, and foundations making commitments. Perhaps most significant is the fact that 92% of those we invite to make a commitment to the campaign answer with a resounding yes. We can be delayed, but we cannot be halted. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment here and thank our campaign volunteers. For those of us working on this campaign, we know that it is a marathon and not a sprint. These individuals have worked and are working tirelessly with creative ideas, strategic planning, design of campaign materials, meeting with donors and parishes, and giving countless hours of service to our campaign. Thank you all for your dedication to this effort. We absolutely could not and would not be successful in this endeavor if not for these talented individuals. We are incredibly grateful for the support of our diocesan leadership. Bishop Holly, Bishop Jay, Bishop Susan, the Standing Committee, and the Executive Board have been involved with the decision making on this campaign throughout our multi-year process. On behalf of Chanco on the James, I would like to specifically thank our individuals, foundations, and parishes who have stretched for inspirational leadership gifts. These donors have answered the call to support Chanco's ministry with a resounding yes. And as a result, these leaders have inspired many, many others to generously commit to gifts of all sizes. Truly, every gift makes a difference. Without the generosity and leadership of these donors, this campaign would simply not be possible. It is our goal that every parish in the diocese will support the campaign for Chanco with a gift. The size of the gift is much less important than the statement of the gift itself. A gift that says, yes, Chanco's ministry is important to our diocese. On behalf of Chanco, I sincerely thank all of these donors who have stepped up to leadership giving, blazing the trail for many gifts that have followed. And I look forward to adding more names to this list in the year ahead. And now, the all important question, where do we go from here? Though 2020 impeded our progress toward our inspirational goal, it did not stop us. Our brilliant campaign executive committee has engaged in the brainstorming of new creative ideas. How do we invite more friends to join in our effort? Despite a pandemic that makes our preferred in-person visits difficult, how can we share the good news of Chanco with new friends and engage more and more people in our efforts? Our committee has worked on a new, updated view book to share the news of our campaign and has formatted it to work well in a Zoom visit. Clergy, parish vestries, or individuals are all able to meet with us via Zoom to learn more about Chanco's ministry, our campaign, and how you can help make a difference. Many of you will be contacted in the coming months to learn more. I pray you will answer the call with a yes. And if you are just way too excited and pumped up about all of this, and you simply cannot wait for your phone call to arrive, here's my contact information. Please feel free to reach out to me. Clearly, we at Chanco recognize the many benefits of our campaign beyond the dollar amount raised and the buildings constructed. We are strengthening relationships. As one of the largest ministries in our diocese, God's work at Chanco is transforming lives. Pre-COVID, over 2,500 guests graced Chanco's grounds annually, and there are as many transformative stories, likely more, over the 53 years of Chanco's ministry. Not even a global pandemic can hinder God's work at Chanco. In September of 2020, as COVID numbers were declining and socially distanced small gatherings were permitted, Chanco hosted its second annual Food for the Soul retreat. Perhaps our most enthusiastic guest was Rick. Here in the bottom left-hand corner of the slide, you can see Rick with the Reverend Eileen Walsh. In September of 2019, Rick suffered a massive stroke and has struggled to physically walk and talk. This weekend was Rick's first time participating in a retreat independently since the stroke. Although he has made significant strides in his physical recovery, Rick's speech is returning much more slowly and is arduous work. Despite this, Rick participated in every aspect of the retreat with an almost childlike enthusiasm. His positive energy was contagious the entire weekend. But a moment of true grace occurred when we were walking to the bonfire from the Cedar dinner. as we began to spontaneously sing songs frequently found at Chanco, such as Sanctuary, Seek Ye First, and Pass It On. Rick, who had only said yes or no all weekend, burst out in song, singing every single word with such clarity and joy, and at times even breaking into a perfect harmony. It was nothing less than astonishing. Perhaps best of all, this event has led Rick to beginning music therapy for his speech progress. At the end of the weekend, Rick wanted to take one last walk from his retreat bedroom to the dining hall. I noticed him looking all around, taking in the trees, the sky, the new and renovated buildings. When he stopped, I saw that tears were streaming down his face. We hugged, and without him having to say a single word, it was evident what he was feeling. His face demonstrated immense joy to finally be back home with God's tangible presence and overwhelmed by the feeling of enormous gratitude. Once back in my car, Rick used his tablet to type me a message. I thank God for this place. Thank you. Chanco's ministry is powerful, and moments like Rick's are not possible without you. Thank you for your generosity over our 53-year history, and especially now in our current campaign. Even as we look back on the challenges of 2020 and look forward to 2021, your ongoing commitment to Chanco's ministry not only inspires us, but guarantees we are in a place where miracles abound. I invite all of you to join us in this momentous time for Chanco as we strive to meet our goal and close our campaign in December of 2021. With your support and with our Lord Jesus Christ, all is possible. Thanks be to God.